Welcome to the Elements of Spirit readings for the week of March 6th, 2017. These are free weekly readings from ediblespirits.com and me, Michael Domitrovich, your elemental channel for the period of this reading and whenever you refer back to it throughout the week. The whole point of this is to bring you information about the elements in your life: earth, air, water, fire, as dictated by your astrological sun sign. Each of the sun signs is connected to an element: earth, air, water, fire. All that info is in the description below. This, however, is the ether reading, which describes the space in which these other elements are vibrating. The way it works is I give you a read based on the ether, whatever's coming to moi through the ether, followed by individual reads for your elements: earth, air, water, fire. The combination of those two readings gives you an empowered awareness of what's going on in your life from the point of view of the elements, how to work with them, how to keep balance, and as is the case in all of my edible spirit work, how to stabilize and sustain a maximum efficiency of energetic expression. What does that mean? That means that feeling of being in flow, that feeling of being who you are, and knowing that you're being who you are. The idea of the elements is that when you work with your sun sign and the primary element, it gives you an awareness of sort of where your power comes from, where your energy comes from, what your makeup really is: earth, air, water, fire. As we go through the readings, you'll see a little more. If you've been listening, you'll know a little bit more about what I'm talking about. Earth, grounded, practical; fire, changeable, action-based, air, intellectual, even faster, buzzier; water, intuitive, emotional, deep, all that stuff. So I'm going to dive in just because it keeps coming through. So there's been a song playing in the house, which I haven't listened to for a little while. Yo No Sé Mañana by Luis Enrique. Yo No Sé Mañana. I don't know tomorrow. I don't know tomorrow. I feel strongly about this, guys. Any psychic that says to you that they know what's going to happen right away, or know what's going to happen at a certain point, is not necessarily lying, but isn't giving you the whole story. What would be a more accurate statement is the likelihood of these events occurring on this day is so strong in my instrument. The sense that I have of it is so strong that I'm willing to say, yes, it's going to happen. But there always has to be a little variable of who knows what's going to happen, a little variable of randomness, a little percentage of chaos. Otherwise, everything would be figured out and there would be no room for growth because there would be no free will. If everything was decided, there would be no free will. And so the point of a reading like this is not to tell you what's going to happen on Thursday. It's to give you a sense, like I said, intention of what the space of the week is, followed by what to expect, what to work with, where are the strengths, where are the weaknesses in terms of expressing your other elements, earth, air, water, fire, within that space. So, and what does it mean? Expressing is not just about just being. It's about making choices in your life based on what's authentic, who you are, where you're at, what's going on. So when this song comes through, Yo No Sé Mañana, it really means I don't know tomorrow. I mean, the lyrics of the song are different, but I don't know tomorrow. So why not make the best choice that I possibly can right now, here, in this moment? That's based on who I know myself to be authentically. Doing the best I can. It's not necessarily going to be a perfect proposition, but you do the best you can. You don't know tomorrow, so you choose right now. Powerful. Right? Powerful. Okay, so what else is coming through the ether about that? There's this beautiful image which shows me, this is how usually my gift works, guys. But, these days I don't pretend to know how much of anything works. But this shows me this beautiful lower back, beautiful BBW, right? Or big bottom something. So it's got this, and there's a trajectory of energy coming in from the left, so coming in from spirit or from the beyond, some event occurring, crossing over the front of the heart and swirling around to the back. So what this is when you acknowledge that you don't know what's coming tomorrow, and you make the choice right now, it simultaneously removes worry, and it also relieves, it's not tension, but it relieves worry is the thing, because it relieves feelings of supportlessness. So the idea is that like when you honor, I don't know tomorrow, I know right now. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I can do something, I can act, I can choose, I can make a choice right now with the information that I have. What that does is it breaks the narrative of I don't know what's going on. It breaks the narrative of I don't know what's going to happen. It breaks the narrative of worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. It's like, I don't know tomorrow, I choose right now, and therefore the worry of what might happen to me between today and tomorrow, if it doesn't dissipate entirely, it at least abates somewhat, so that the lower back, where we carry feelings of supportlessness or feelings of being unsupported, the lower back where we carry worry a lot of the times, worry, it's not really a space of anxiety as much as it's almost like beyond anxiety. It's not just like worry about the moment, it's worry about the future, the past, that builds up over time into this narrative of I am unsupported. Well, if you make a strong choice, you are supported by the strength of your choosing. If you do something, then at least you are changing the narrative. You're dropping a little signpost in this spot, on this day, Michael made a choice. In this spot, in this day, I did something different. In that spot, on that day, I changed everything. You see, it's like that's what happens when you make a choice. You break the narrative. You change the narrative. You remove worry, relieve feelings of supportlessness. So this is cool. I can't remember if it was last week or there was an affirmation at some point that was like, I can create my reality. I think that was it. And it was more a reminder to that it's possible. This week's affirmation, it is, I change my narrative through empowered choices. I change my narrative through empowered choices. I change my narrative through empowered choices. Not I am able to, not I can, but I do. I change my narrative through empowered choices. What's the difference between a choice and an empowered choice? Well, the empowered choice is the when you say, a disempowered choice would be, I make the choice because I don't have a choice, or because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, so might as well just make a rando choice right now and just do the first thing that comes to mind. No, an empowered choice would be, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and so I make an empowered choice right now. And so I make an empowered choice right now. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, so based on the information that I have, based on where I'm at and my acceptance of where I'm at and what's going on now, I choose. So it's basically, an empowered choice is a non-reactive choice. An empowered choice is a choice that's made from gathering as much information as you can, being realistic about where you're at, and then choosing. At that point, what you choose, it's not like there's a right choice and a wrong choice. It's just choosing something will change the narrative. So I change my narrative through empowered choices. It means if you don't like the way things have been going, if you don't like the way your story is going, You have a right to gather the information about this present moment, where you're at, what's going on, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and to make a change. I used to, when I first started doing readings, I would focus solely on the tarot, or the tarot. In that process, I would approach it from like a very writerly place where I would say the tarot is going to tell us a story. I know how to read that book. I know how to read that language. So I'm going to read you the story back in the way that the tarot is showing it to me. And from that point, you can make choices as to, because the tarot is about now, this moment, not tomorrow, not yesterday. Yo no sé mañana. Yo no sé, what is it, ayer? I don't know yesterday. I don't know tomorrow. But I know right now, and in this moment, this is what's going on. Once we agree on the story as it's being told to us through the tarot, or once we agree on the story that's being told in this present moment, we can then make an empowered choice as to what to change in that narrative. Or we can change that narrative through making an empowered choice. And that is the affirmation for today. I don't want this to go on too much longer. I change my narrative through empowered choices. I change my narrative through empowered choices. I change my narrative through empowered choices. Take that, run with it. Listen to the rest of these readings. Air, fire, water, earth is the way that I record them. But you find your sun sign and the element associated with it in the description in this reading, and we take it from there. Thank you for this opportunity. All of my love. See you next week.